What's going on, everyone? So we had gotten the Scream 7 trailer right in time for Halloween, and we're supposed to get another Scream trailer soon as this month. There's a lot of rumors going around. Again, always take this stuff with a grain of salt, but a lot of these same people said we were going to get a trailer in October, and we ended up getting one in October. So a lot of word right now that it's going to come out in December. Can take it with a grain of salt. But one of the concerns about, you know, trailers, period, is them essentially being the Cliff Note versions of a film, right? And you basically end up getting all the things that you wanted to get in the movie, you get in the trailer, and it spoils half of it. Like Scream 5, we saw completely spoil and ruin the killers, right? Revealed Richie and Amber because it was like, okay, Amber wouldn't be on fire and lit in front of Sydney and Gale unless she's Ghostface, right? Like, or Sydney and Gale are Ghostface, which I don't think they're going to do that. And then, Sam, who's supposed to be the final girl. So either they're doing a Jill 2.0 or her boyfriend's the killer again, right? Like those are the only two options there, right? Like she's not just going to like be brutally stabbing him for no reason. So, there's always that risk that you run. And I've talked about, right? Like, you don't necessarily need some crazy 2-minute, 30-second trailer that gives away all these little tidbits and stuff. I've talked about just have like a simple little, like, hey, here's Ghostface, here's a tantalizing moment. There you go, easy peasy, and you're done and you move on. Well, Paramount India, I believe, released a little trailer. They released their own little trailer. They made their own little movie, a little home movie, right? For those who get the reference. But in their little teaser trailer, it literally is 18 seconds. And it's just the house scene, right? Where Sydney's house, or what appears to be Sydney's house, when Ghostface is, taunting them and they're, walking and crawling through the walls. And Ghostface is like tapping on the wall. That's literally all it is. It's Ghostface there listening in. You see them walking by. It's literally just that 18-second little scene in the 2-minute and 30-second trailer of Ghostface coming in and attacking Sydney Gale and her husband, right? And you see Tatum go, Mom, and all that stuff. And we've all seen it, right? Because everyone's seen the trailer. It's in the actual main trailer, but it's, it's a small part of the trailer rather than the whole trailer. But guess what? That would have been perfect. Right? Guess what? That's all you needed to do. Again, like, you don't need to do some crazy, like, people don't need a lot to get excited. Right? And it's why I've talked about, like, I almost feel like instead of doing a new trailer, cut it into those 15-second trailers. Make sure you don't spoil anything. Just give us a little glimpse, like, you just need to get that a feel in that rush for what you're trying to get for this Scream movie. And that scene, that little 18-second trailer, does it perfectly. Because you get everything that you want. You get the mystery, you get the tension, you get the, are they going to make it out? Are they going to die, right? Like, here you go. Here's Ghostface, here's Sidney Prescott, and here's the new Sidney Prescott and Tatum. Her daughter, who's likely going to be the new face of the franchise at some point. It's easy. It's simple, right? Like, you didn't have to do anything fancy. You didn't run the risk of spoiling anything, right? Like, you didn't show them whether they live or die or nothing. You just show, again, the Ghostface starting to stab through it, and it's like too close for comfort for Tatum, and she's screaming and yelling and wondering, like, is this it? Like, is she about to die? Like, if we would have gotten a thing like that, that would have been perfect. Right? Like, again, it kind of is two things, right? One, it shows what studios and stuff either feel that they need to do or actually indeed need to do in order to attract audiences. Right? Like, the trailer that they release in other countries are usually a lot shorter, a lot more precise to the point, right? Like, it doesn't have a bunch of craziness in it. Just, again, like this. Hey, here's Ghostface taunting people. They're trying to sneak away and low-key be all quiet and get out of the wall. And, Ghostface does Ghostface stuff. go see the movie if you want to. If you don't, don't. Right? Like it's that simple. Right? Like that's basically what it is. And the fact that they have to do like these cliff note versions of the film, like I've mentioned, in order to attract and draw audiences, it's a little frustrating. It's like, because again, it ruins it for people that, don't want the spoilers. Don't want, like, I get comments all the time from people that are like, yeah, I'm not going to watch the trailers or anything like that because I don't want, I don't want anything to be spoiled, right? Like, I don't want them to accidentally ruin something in the film, and they try to say like, oh, it's, the trailer's cut with misdirection stuff. No, it's not. Like, again, you tried to say that in Scream 5. Like, yeah, sure, you had like the Ghostface silhouette that wasn't actually in it. And, you had a couple things that, weren't actually in it. Like they tried to make the chrome Ghostface appear like it was like an actual Ghostface in this film, but it actually wasn't, right? Like there have been some things, but for the most part, like it's pretty straightforward. Here's scenes from the film. Enjoy. Where I've talked about, like, I'd rather you for, the next trailer, if we get a trailer this month or not, like just get in a little 20-second little thing. Just like we got, like, just like the India trailer that got released the other day is, right? Like, hey, here's just a quick little hit, quick little dose of Ghostface and Scream. You love it, you don't, right? Who cares? There you go. Right? Like, again, like we don't need the Cliff Note version of the film. You don't need this to have to, spoil things and stuff like that. Like, I think you can just keep it pretty straightforward personally. Right? And so I'm hoping that, that they kind of take what they did with some of these other country trailers and they just go, hey, let's just replicate that. That's why I kind of like the little 15-second ones, because it's like, yeah, it's quicker. It's like less that you're kind of analyzing and going through. It's just kind of like this moment. You're just like, oh, okay, kind of be done and move on. Because that's my concern. Is we're going to get another full trailer. In that full trailer, they're going to end up spoiling a bunch of stuff. And, it's going to be like, oh, here's Ghostface. Here's that. Like, and I know people like, like there's several characters that we still haven't seen. Like that there's no reference of or anything like that. And like, I'm okay with that, right? Like, like, sure, could you do like a montage of like every character and stuff? But a lot of those characters only are going to have a scene or two, right? A lot of those characters are only going to have, a minute of screen time or whatever in total throughout the film. Right? Like, you don't want to have like the only scene that they actually have in the movie in the trailer, because then it takes away from that character. You basically just ruin that character when you go and see the movie. I'm okay with a little mystery. Obviously, look, I've talked about it. As a YouTuber, kind of comes with the territory. You're going to have stuff spoiled. You're going to have things, you're going to get information. It's how it works, right? But again, like for the average moviegoer, for many of you, I know some people don't care. Like some people are fine with spoilers, stuff like that. And that's great. If you're somebody that is on Reddit, reading all the spoilers and stuff, cool. Like, again, to each their own. Go on with your bad self. But I always just try to be mindful. But I just, I saw the little India trailer post, and I'm like, why couldn't we have gotten this? This would have been perfect. It was perfect. Just straight and to the point. Boom, here you go. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass a question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you like this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. It's me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel. What are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.